Welcome back to Bird Dog Gaming, where I have been putting this video off for way too long. But today is finally the day. I'm finally going to show you guys my massive Rayman collection. The problem is that I'm always buying new Rayman items, and I'm always waiting for things to ship from Europe because so many of the cool Rayman items hail from Europe. And so I'm like, alright, I'll just make the video when those games come in, and then I buy more stuff. Even now I'm waiting on a few PS2 games to arrive, but I figured I'll just show you guys a screenshot of my eBay order. It's the same effect, right? So if you're new around here, I have a strange obsession with collecting all things Rayman for whatever reason. It's not because Rayman is like my favorite video game or anything like that. I do have some nostalgia with Rayman. I played the first game and a ton of the second game when I was growing up. I just think Rayman and Rayman's history are very interesting, both in development and conception. So while I do have some nostalgia with the franchise, I don't think it's enough to back up this strange obsession. As for Rayman, he's a cool limbless dude that Ubisoft created in 1995. And he's all but forgotten about in 2022. Except for, yeah, that. My collecting goals end for Rayman at the second Raving Rabbids game. Why? Because they decided to drop Rayman's name after that. They become just Raving Rabbids without the Rayman. And I personally don't want a bunch of Rabbids toys sitting around my room staring at me while I'm trying to play video games. When it comes to the games, I want everything, and I mean everything. I want Rayman Legends, but I want it on PS3, PS4, Xbox One, Xbox Series X. I want it on Vita. I want the Definitive Edition on Switch. And I want all of that again, but from UK, from Australia, from Brazil, from Japan. I want every single version of every single game. I literally want one of each. Oh, and that super cool limited edition? I'll take that too. See, it's pretty crazy. Needless to say, I'll be collecting this stuff for a very long time. Alright, that's more than enough introduction. Let me show you what I got here. Alright, so let's go ahead and kick it off here with Rayman on the Atari Jaguar. It does have a Jaguar sticker right here, almost like the Madden games. You know, they always have the NFL sticker. Similar thing here. This one is actually a Jaguar sticker. Yeah, this one gonna cost you a lot. It cost me a lot. It is a game that a lot of people are gonna fight you for on eBay if it's up for auction. This was kind of like a birthday present to myself. I think I bought this year. But yeah, definitely had been looking for this one for a while. It's pretty uncommon. I mean, it pops up several times a year. You're not gonna have like a lot of trouble finding one, but you're gonna have a lot of trouble finding one for a decent price. Definitely would recommend waiting for an auction on Rayman for the Atari Jaguar. And after that, I just want to kind of get into the PlayStation games. We have Rayman Brain games. Definitely not going to be going in any crazy order here or anything. But we'll try to start with the North American games I have. And yeah, I'm going to fly through the standard releases for the most part, unless they have an interesting story. But the variants, we'll talk more in depth. Rayman 2, The Great Escape, PlayStation release. Here we go. We have Rayman Rush. Nothing crazy here. And the greatest hits release of Rayman. This is dirt common. You see it all over the place. Everybody's got this greatest hits release. I do not have the black label release of the jewel case Rayman on PlayStation, not yet at least. It's never cheap when it pops up, but it's not too pricey. Rayman 2 on the Sega Dreamcast, definitely a cool one. Would recommend you play this version if you're going to try out Rayman 2. Rayman 3 on the Nokia N-Gage. I mean, what can you say about this one? It is cool as heck, even if you don't have an N-Gage like I myself do not. Definitely a cool one for any Rayman fan. What's cool about this is I also have the not for resale version. Nokia N-Gage games come with these like little cases inside of the case. So like, I don't know. Oh, yikes. Like take this to go or whatever. But anyways, I just threw my not for resale one in here because it's a loose cartridge. I have nothing to do with, nothing, like nowhere to put it. Then you got your manual and everything. We can move into the Game Boy Color. I think these games are just hilarious because what the heck Ubisoft, you literally copied and pasted the same the same cover art. I don't understand, but whatever. These are cool. They are very, I mean, this one especially, very uncommon box. But yeah, if you see these for cheap, definitely scoop it up. These are good ones to have complete in box. We can move into the Game Boy Advance here. We do have one variant to discuss. We'll start with Rayman Advance. This one is just Rayman 1 brought to the Game Boy Advance. You got Rayman 10th Anniversary, which includes Rayman Advance and also Rayman 3. We have Rayman Raving Rabbids, actually not anything like the console games that you're used to seeing. This is a 2D Rayman platformer. Not a great game, but I did play through it just because. We got Rayman Hoodlum's Revenge. Isometric, kind of a weird game. I haven't played a whole lot of it, but I'd like to. And a very rare variant, the French-Canadian Hoodlum's Revenge. You can see here it says Hoodlum's Revenge in French, and there's a bunch of French text on the back. Mine is sealed, and it's got a extra barcode, probably from a game store or Best Buy or something like that, on the seal. Definitely keep an eye out for that one. So moving on to the DS, we have Rayman Raving Rabbids, and we have Rayman DS. We have Rayman Origins on the 3DS. Nothing crazy here. And Rayman 3D. I think this one's super neat. It's crazy that Ubisoft just chugged and chugged these freaking ports out for so many freaking years. This is like a weird cover, but I low-key kind of like it. It's like a remastered cover of the Rayman 2 box art that you're used to seeing. Speaking of which, let's talk about Rayman 2, The Great Escape on the Nintendo 64. This is the typical foil cover. I have heard that there is a non-foil cover. I don't know if that's accurate, but there is two variants of this, one that comes with stickers and one that comes with temporary tattoos. My box has some glue on the corners. It's not in the best shape. I definitely need to upgrade. Not sure who was gluing this to anything, but whatever. One of the long box releases for Rayman on the PlayStation. This also needs to be upgraded. I did not realize that this wasn't the manual. I might just buy a manual. I think I have one I'm watching right now on eBay, but yeah, this is not the manual. You got to be careful of that whenever you are purchasing online because it's hard to tell. The back real quick, and then we have another long box release. This one is the plastic jewel case, like a Sega Saturn case. This one actually does have the manual, thankfully. Love these big PlayStation long boxes, although they are just terrible to try and fit on your shelf. So Rayman 3 on the GameCube. This is the way that I played the game. Pretty solid game. Rayman Arena. We have Raving Rabbids TV Party, Raving Rabbids 2, and Rayman Origins on the Wii. We'll come back to Rayman Origins in a little bit on the Wii. We have Rayman Arena on the PS2, Rayman 2 Revolution. Very interesting release here. This is like a remaster, remake. I would call it a remaster, I guess. It's got some added content. Not my favorite way to play. And then Rayman Arena one more time on the Xbox. A couple copies of Rayman Legends here. We have the 360 and Wii U releases. Let's get into a couple of Wii variants here. We have Rayman Origins on the Wii. It was an Amazon exclusive, I'm pretty sure, is what I've learned from my research, but this one is in an oversized protective case. You gotta do what you gotta do, but this is an art book that actually came strapped to the back of the game. The PS3 and 360 also received this variant. Have not seen any 3DS releases with that variant. And probably the coolest thing in this video, the Raving Rabbids Blossom Bundle. It is both the coolest and least cool thing that you will see in this video. I have not seen another one. There are supposedly 6 different variants with different action figures. Good luck finding one. If you find one on eBay, don't buy it. Just let me buy it. That'd be great. It's like, it's in this case, this like rectangular case. It's gonna be beat the heck up probably if you find one. Mine is definitely messed up on the bottom here. What are you gonna do? This is like a horrible thing to display. It's a horrible thing to own. I mean, I don't even know why I have it. The only people that are not into PC big boxes are the people that have not been exposed to them. How freaking awesome is this crap? Man, I don't own any way to play old PC games from the 90s, but holy crap do I love putting them in my collection. Look at this beautiful box. It's amazing. And inside is literally just a jewel case and a piece of cardboard to hold the jewel case, like this big. Moving on, we have Amazing Learning Games with Rayman. This one is sealed. It is really freaking nice. Once again, another beautiful big box. This one is like pristine. I mean, I don't know how this one didn't get its seal ripped over the years. Someone has definitely been taking care of it. Very cool little educational PC sealed game for the collection. Happy to have that. And then some other PC stuff here. We've got Rayman Raving Rabbids. This one is also sealed. It is just like a large DVD style case. This is probably what you would see a lot in the mid-2000s. This one is European, so I don't know. You know, usually when you see that as the rating, it's I'm not sure which country or countries in Europe got this this rating, and I'm also not sure if this is like a legit copy of Rayman 2, because it could totally be fake. If you have any insight, let me know. Looks kind of real, kind of fake. Didn't have a manual. Honestly, the disc is the part that makes it look fake to me. There's like some really weird discoloration, but at the same time it says 1999 Ubisoft Entertainment, the logo and character of Rayman, blah blah blah. So I don't know. Could just be a bad, ugly disc. I have no idea. It was extremely cheap, and I definitely wanted to add it to the collection. Here we have one I just received in the mail. It is the €1 limited edition Rayman 2 for PC. It's just a lousy DVD case. No manual. The disc says limited edition on it. Yeah, limited edition, produced exclusively for the Sunday Mirror in association with ASDA, ASDA. Rayman for the Palm OS. There is another version of Rayman for the Palm OS. It is a cartridge. This one is a disc. It's got the manual, very cool. Nice blue disc there. The console blockbuster is finally on your PDA. So this one's a very interesting one. You're not going to find a lot of these if you're searching for it, but definitely would suggest making a save search. Rayman Gold. I believe this is... yeah, this is not a North American game, or a release, I guess. Just another PC game here. Pretty neat. Got your registration card and no manual. Not sure if it ever had a manual. Probably will never know. Well, that's not true. This is one of the coolest ones. If you see any other Rayman collectors, they like to talk about this controller and how stupid it is that, like, you would get a controller without any joysticks with your Rayman 3. Because playing this game with a D-pad, kind of weird. Is this a... yeah, this is a European release again. It's a wired USB controller. And you've got 3 discs. Very cool, very cool. I'm telling you, man, PC stuff is where it's at. Like, I don't have the room or the drive to collect PC stuff, but it is some of the coolest stuff for sure. I did not appreciate it when I first started collecting video games, but I definitely do now. Win a digital camera. Yeah, I was really excited to knock that one off. I think I got a pretty good deal on it on auction on eBay. Alright, we can talk about a little literature here. This is the Rayman Origins art book that was strapped to the back of my Rayman Origins on Wii. This is very cool. I just wanted to have an open one to go with my sealed copy, just to flip through it. And a few guidebooks here. Well, this one's actually a Nintendo Power. This, I believe, had some, like, early footage of Rayman 4 before they made it into what it became, you know, Raving Rabbids and everything. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that this has some early footage or early something that ended up not being in the game. I believe I learned about that from Frame Raider. Go check out his YouTube channel. He's great. We have the Rayman 2 Prima official strategy guide. It covers PS1, Nintendo 64, and Dreamcast. And then there is the Rayman 3 Hoodlum Havoc official strategy guide from Brady Games. Almost forgot about these. Some of these are PC, so we'll knock these out real quick. We have Rayman on the PC. It's just an AOL Smart Saver release. There's also Rayman on the PC. These are jewel cases. This one might have come like in the actual Rayman big box that I don't have, and this one was probably standalone. I can't confirm either of those theories, but probably true. Rayman the Short Trip. This is a this is a PS1 demo disc, free CD demo. Next up, Rayman playable game preview for the Sega Saturn. Now this tends to sell for quite a bit on eBay. It's weird to me that there are other people after this, but I guess Sega Saturn is Sega Saturn. This was $10. My boy Craig from Craig's Game Room found this for me, and he actually ended up getting it for free, so I just had to pay shipping. Big shout out to my guy. I was really freaking excited to snag this. I believe there's also one on the PlayStation that's identical. It says playable game preview or whatever. And this actually is something I learned about on Twitter. It kind of went viral, and I immediately made a save search for it. Not like viral, but like a lot of people had seen it, and it was just like a funny thing. But Rayman 2, The Great Escape, L'Oreal Kids. Shout out to whoever made this tweet and let me know that this existed. This is a demo from Canada for the PC for Rayman 2. It is literally presented by L'Oreal Kids Shampoo, and they had the nerve to print it right there on the disc. I guess 30 years later or whatever, this marketing tactic is still paying off, because they are making it into my YouTube channel that is definitely not about shampoo. This is something no one will ever own CIB, because what the heck, it's shampoo. It was probably strapped to the side of it or in the box or whatever. Very happy to have this. It is such a random and hilarious thing to have in the collection. So that should be it for games. Let's go ahead and get into the exciting world of French-Canadian things and things that mostly did not come to America. Promotional items and such. We have the Rayman 3 Rubik's Cube. I'm gonna go ahead and shout out my guy Brad on Twitter. I will post his handle here for you guys to check him out. He is a huge Rayman collector, and he is the one who made a deal with me to trade this freaking Rubik's Cube and a whole bunch of other stuff that I'll be showing you today. This is the Rayman Rubik's Cube. Mine's still sealed, and it's pretty sweet. It is an official Rubik's, like, branded Rubik's Cube. It says Rubik's Promotions on it. Copyright 2003. From E3, we have the Rayman 2, the live Rayman show starring Rayman earring. It is a promotional item from E3. It says where? Ubisoft booth 7116. And yeah, it shows you what time to be there. It looks like 11:30 a.m. was the time to be at the West Hall. This is one of the most insane things ever to exist. I have seen a few over the last few years. Someone offered to sell me 2 of them, and it was just more than I wanted to pay. I ended up getting this one on eBay. I think it was this year. The thing they were going for here was like pirates wear earrings, and that's what this is supposed to be. I know if you haven't played Rayman 2, you're like, what in God's name is this? But yeah, the game is all, like, the enemies are all pirates in that game, so that's kind of what was going on here. Next up, the Rayman Origins keychain featuring Rayman and Glowbox. Pretty neat. This was probably a French exclusive. Shout out to my guy Brad again. I just got this year as well. It's been a good year for me. The Rayman the Animated Series VHS. I have been looking for this for years. I guess I was expecting to find it on, like, at Goodwill back when I was hunting video games at Goodwill a lot, but no luck. Finally, a save search on eBay paid off. I got this. I believe I was the only bidder or something like that. Yeah, 4 exciting episodes on the VHS. This show did not last long. There are a lot of memes in the Rayman community that come from this. Characters show up in here that never showed up again. Very happy to have this. Took me forever to get it. Oh, and let's not forget about the Rayman's Dream Team VHS, which gives you an exclusive look at Ubisoft's best N64 lineup ever and a sneak peek of Rayman the Animated Series. Now, when you watch videos of other Rayman collectors, there are not a lot out there, but those guys always love to show off their McDonald's toys. Now, this is the only one I have sealed. It is the cage. I think this is the hardest one to find, and I got this. It was a Chinese seller on eBay. Like, this got shipped to me from China, and they had multiple available, and I was like, what in the world? This was like way underpriced. It says it was fabricated in China on the back, but it was delivered, like, it's definitely a French toy. I remember seeing somewhere that these were from France, McDonald's. But yeah, that was the one that I bought myself. The others were from a trade with my man Brad. We have Glowbox. We have Lee the Fairy. We've got Rayman on the rocket. I don't remember the name of this rocket. We've got the pirate, and we've got Rayman on the plum. I really do not collect toys, but I make an exception for my guy Rayman. Probably the only toys you'll ever see on this channel. And in the spirit of toys, this one's not really a toy, but this one is probably from France as well. This is Rayman leaning on a hedge. I don't know where this one came from. I guess this looks like the Rayman Advance type font. Like, I feel like this was probably a promotion around the 2003 era. Well, actually it says copyright 2000, so screw that. Next up, a couple of Rayman 3 beanies. Now these are interesting. I'm pretty sure these are North American, probably from Canada as a Canadian promotion. I've never seen another one of either of these. These are incredibly rare, as you can imagine. Keep an eye out for them. They are very cool. And there might even be more colors out there. I actually have no idea, but if you see a new color, just send me the link and don't buy it. That'd be awesome. Another Rayman promotional item, Rayman Advance. This is like a little bouncy ball here. On this side, you see the hoodlum face. Yeah, this one I guess you could say is sealed. It has like some plastic wrap around it. I don't know. Not sending it in to get graded anytime soon, that's for sure. Here is an item that I looked for a very long time. It is the Rayman 2 Slinky. Good luck finding another one of these. I think I got this for like 10 or 12 bucks on eBay. This was such an awesome find. And this might be the last item here, but Rayman Raving Rabbids. This appears to be a French-Canadian mug. It's a coffee mug, and it is a heat-changing coffee mug. I posted a video pouring some hot water into it. Maybe I can share that in this YouTube video for you guys, but pretty sure this turns into a raving rabbit on it. This actually came from a guy I follow on Instagram. He sold it to me, found out I was a Rayman collector, asked if I wanted it, and then I was able to find one for that guy Brad I was telling you about from the same seller. I'm pretty sure the guy lives in Canada, and he got it from a flea market, or maybe he lives near Canada. You'll notice it says Raving Rabbids in French here, so definitely was not released in the United States. Whatever this promotion was from, definitely seems to be rare. I've only seen one other, and like I said, my friend Brad has it now. If I had to pick a favorite in my collection at this time, I would have to say the Rayman 3 PC variant that came with a controller. That one is so cool. It took me a long time to find, like I said, and I'm really happy to have it. I love it when games come with bonus items, and to have a controller that literally says Rayman on it is so nice. But there's still so many items I don't have. The biggest standard North American release that I'm missing is Rayman on the Sega Saturn. Those variants on PlayStation are going to cost me a fortune, but I did have the beach ball at one point. Some of you have probably heard of this one, but there's a Rayman plushie where he's riding on that yellow rocket thing from Rayman 2, and I don't know how I'll ever find that. I'm always finding new Rayman things that I didn't even know existed, and it's honestly a blast. Just 2 weeks ago, this Rayman statue sold for over $300 US with 8 bidders and 87 bids. How are there 8 other people out there that care about Rayman as much as I do? Apparently more than I do, because I wasn't willing to drop $300 on this. It just blows my mind. Like, I don't even see these people on social media. I don't see them on forums, anything. Let me know what you learned about in the comments, and please come join my Discord so we can discuss even further. And if you want early access to content just like this, along with a bunch of other great perks, for $2 a month you can become a true collector, a channel member here on the Bird Dog Gaming YouTube channel. I would really appreciate that. And a big shout out to my current true collectors: Tyler Game Collecting Reaper, Craig's Game Room, Daily Beating, Dan Evil Robot, Vinny Capone, The Wolverine, Sir Lumber, Enrique Ramirez Velez, X Button Gaming, and Nicholas. Y'all are awesome. Thank you so much for watching, and have a great day.